And so now we're going to welcome Rick Brown to the podium, beginning our sharing session. And Rick and I met in ministerial school. And whenever Rick was scheduled to do, first we did 5-minute talks, and then 10-minute talks, and then 15-minute talks. And my 5-minute talks were always 10, my 10-minute talks were always 15, my 15-minute talks were always 20, my 20-minute talks were always 30. But Rick always was present. He was present with laughter. He was present with love. And he was present with that light in his soul. And when I saw that he was on the schedule to speak, I always knew we were in for a very, very special treat. So honor and welcome Rick Brown to the podium today.
I always have to do this. Good afternoon. I'm honored to be here for Michael. Recently, I did an interview at one of the centers, and they said, at the end, they said, well, tell us a joke. And I was like, I don't have any jokes, and at least not that I could tell in front of this committee. But anyway, so then I just kind of stammered around and I said, sorry, I don't have a joke. And he goes, well, I'm the guy that gives you the left field question. And so then I said, well, you hit it out of the park. And everybody laughed, so I said, okay, that's my joke. Covered it. So for you guys, I've arranged to give you 20 minutes worth of jokes. And so if you're, no, I'm just kidding. I wanted to share something with you that recently happened to me, somebody that I care a lot about, had a challenge with a family member. And she was pretty distraught at the reaction of this family member. And so we're really close. And so I just said, well, love always wins. Love always wins.
Always.
And she was like, well, what do you mean? I said, when all the dust settles, when all the things are happening, when all of that's over, love wins. Love is what's true. Love is what stays there. Love is what's with you. And so she was like, okay. And it carried her through that trial and tribulation she had with that close family member. And she realized that love always wins. And I think what got her through that was me constantly telling her that. Because if you don't believe it, you have to hear it over and over and over again until you believe it, in your heart. And that's a way of living. Love always wins. And so you have a choice, right? The nice thing about this teaching is we normally can put the victim role off to the side. We realize that we're co-creating with God and all that we do. And so things aren't happening to us. We're participating. And so once we get that out of the way, then we have a choice. We can say that we are just crushing what we're going through. The things that aren't working for us, we can get through it and go, hey, I crushed it. I got it through it. But we have another choice. We always have another choice. That's the nice part. You always have another choice. You can go through that journey in love. You can go through that journey in love. And that's pretty exciting. And that's a lot of fun and exhilaration. And so Michael and I went through a journey together. And he's a little different. I don't know if you guys... So he decided to go just a little bit different on his path. And so we were together through that path, and we would talk on the phone, and each time that we talked, the love came through. And sometimes it was a little challenging. But instead of seeing it as a challenge, he saw it as an opportunity for love, an opportunity to demonstrate his love. And so he got through that first little hurdle and went around. And then, Michael can't have just one hurdle. It's just not allowed. He has to have more than one. And so he had another hurdle. So then, and continuing to talk with him, he continued to demonstrate that love that he has for this teaching, for the ministry, and for the people that he touches on a daily basis. And so that love prevailed. And here we are today. Here we are today. Because Michael, instead of focusing on adversity, focusing on why me, you focused on love. You focused on love, and here you are. You made it. You made it. I'm very proud of you. I'm proud to call you my friend, mainly because I struggle pronouncing your last name. So I just call you Michael. It's easier. It's easier. But today's a special day for you. And not only is it a special day, it begins a special journey for you that you've already been on. You've already said yes a long time ago. You just get this nice little purple thing to wear. Thank you for being you, and I love you for that. And so it is.